Alright, so we're back in the Mustang one more time today. What I'm trying to do is, I bought a new flasher to see if I can fix that flasher problem. And I don't know if I explained this before, but the flasher is very load sensitive, the one that's in there. And I found out that by touching the fuse with my test light started the flasher working, and sometimes they don't work. So I bought a different flasher that's only 2-terminal, that says it's rated for 20 milliamps minimum, and it works with LEDs, so it's a bestseller on Amazon, yeah, the Jungle site. So we're going to give that one a try. And so pulling it out under the dash, of course, is miserable as usual. There's the shifter, there's the steering column. I guess you can see me. I'll try not to knock you down. Oops, there goes my glasses. Oh, my glasses. Put those other ones up here on the table. So I've got my test light. I have to put the positive terminal on the right terminal of this flasher, that's all. So what you need to do is, I didn't bring any keys. Alright, so it's going to pop out right below the key there. And I got the key here on. And you can see I've got the connector pulled out here that comes from the... And there's the flasher. Right there. And I have to find which one is the positively. So all I've got is this little test light, and this little test light, of course, is what I was using to test for power. Let me see what I get here. I can clip it onto a bolt, and I should have power up here. Sorry about my head. And I do. And the signals work. But they've been intermittent, and I don't want them to be intermittent, of course. Of course there is. So I'm going to find which one is the hot. Oh, see, this is enough to load it. That is weird. Okay, so that's the constant. I'm going to put a plus on it with me. I got to reach through the steering wheel, so don't be surprised if the horn blows. That's a miserable looking plus, but that's a plus. Now when I turn the ignition off, that should kill the power. See, this is a little incandescent bulb or something in here, so it made it work. Okay. I'm just going to leave this flasher up in here. We'll just tuck him up in here somewhere for now. And we're going to put the new one in. And the new one, as I said, is from the Jungle site. Let me get my light down here where I can see the wires better. I don't know if I turned you off axis here or not. Alright, so I got 2 terminals hanging down here, and of course they're short. So there's the positive one. And if you look at this, the positive one is the cross. And that one has the plus on it, and it's the orange wire. Sorry, banging into you again. They make these cars so easy to work on. Isn't that a pleasure? All right. It doesn't click, but it's blinking. It's all solid state. So hopefully our turn signal issues are cured. That's funny that it don't click. Anyway, all right. So all this stuff has to get, I'm gonna get under there with some more ties and get this stuff tied up so it don't dangle down and get ripped off with my toe. I got a speaker wire over here. Of course, it'd be a pain in the ass when I've got to service it again, of course. But all right, I'm just going to put some tie wraps on here. Wish me luck. Hopefully that works. These are my original J.C. Whitney sockets that I bought in 1972 after Agnes' flood. All right. Now, they say you just but I have a puller. I'm beating my hands up here. So let's get the puller out. This one, the slots are closer together. So see, the Pittsburgh failed. This is a cheapie, but it's going to pull this wheel just fine. You want that to be in there. Gotta have these nuts, these bolts long enough anyway to get a good bite. One's all the way in, so I guess that's it. Never pulled a steering wheel before. Always the first time for everything, right, kiddos? Okay, this has got the point end on it. Sharp point. So that should keep it from walking. And, oh wow, that's big. I gotta get some bigger sockets here. All right, so the epic journey continues. Here we are the day before we are going to be going away and not be home to work on this car, but I might have another extra day. But I would like to get out of here. Okay, I need to pull the steering wheel so that I can replace the turn signal switch to try to solve the flasher problem because it's intermittent. So what I'm doing, I see cat prints in my car, is very simple. I've got the battery disconnected. You push in and rotate, and boom, up comes the spring in the wheel. And now there's just a large knot here. I guess there's only one way to index this. I don't want to bang on this too much, it's cracked, but it still has a metal frame. The plastic has shrunk over the years. I think that's 15/16. If I remember other people telling me what it was. Oh, way bigger. That just fits whatever that is. It's just a particular puller brand. There she goes. Pop goes the weasel. Okay, Okay, so I'm sitting here with the wheels straight, so I'm hoping that's the way it goes on. Oh, she definitely needs some replacing, because there's contacts that are really dirty, and there's a ring in here with the contacts. As you rotate around, they slide, so I'm going to have to clean and lube them before I put this back together. And don't forget my center spring. Alright, remember how that went together now, kiddies? Now there should be just 3 Phillips screws. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put these other tools back now that we're done with the pullers. All right, are you keeping track now? I'm going to zoom in a little more here. Now I've got to take out, you probably just see my shoulder, but I'll do my best. This has 3 screws. It's a mess. Back that, turn right. Right turn, Willie. I'm gonna lay him over on the floor because I don't want him to get, I need to do a left turn. My new switch looks very much alike. I'll put a little grease on it. I got silicone spray. Okay, so now you have to just unscrew your turn signal handle. Perfect. And it should work its way out. Well, what we got to do is get down here now. Pull that big connector out, which is right there. Cut the wires, because we're pulling it out. Ugh, it's a little scary cutting all the wires. Take the keys, put them over there. All right, I got all 3 of my screws. Yep, I got my nut. My nut. I can't put it on the column because it's got the switch has got to work its way out, see? So this is as far as I got to take it anyway. I don't see any other. Maybe this shroud comes off from the column. Make it a little easier to get the wires down through. But basically you just got to sneak the wires down through the column here. And it goes up and over. So I'm going to unplug it and pull it up and over. Let me see, I guess I need a straight screwdriver. And I squeeze that together with the pliers, if you recall. And maybe you'll be able to see when I get the connector up here. I just don't know. I'm going to be underneath here. Maybe I'll take the thing under. All right, I'll go be back. All right, I think you can see the connector hanging down now. All right, so what I got to do is, well, see, there's a wire that was pulling out. hate to change this whole thing for nothing. But I've got it all apart and I got a new one. You know, this has only got, oh no, this has all 10 wires. Never mind. Let's check the wire colors before I go cutting it off. All right, we'll start right from the top. Okay, so there's a black, but that black is actually a, looks like a solid green. So we got a solid green. Like a light blue. Of course, they're probably faded. Wow. This looks ugly. There's a big thick yellow. Yeah, I got a big thick yellow. I got a big thick white with red. I don't see any white with red. Well, there's a white with red. All right. Got a dark blue with some kind of stripe on it. It's going to be difficult to sort these out. A dark blue with a, there's a kind of a pale blue right there. I can wring them out from up here. I'm going to start pulling this out. I can't really get a hold of it very well. That's the problem. Come on, baby, loosen up. I'm going to start cutting them. I'll figure it out. We'll get her figured out. Get them out here where I can see. It'll be a whole lot easier. All right. We're committed now, dudes and dudettes. Duties and dudettes. There's a nice flasher. Now I'm going to try to get my wires down through there. And I don't know why they left the red out of the bundle. Does this thing come loose? No, the guy I saw on Alf's, he had to push these all down through there one at a time. But maybe I can get a string down through there. I got string. All right, we're gonna shove a string down through there. So there's just a little wire fishing going on here. We're gonna have to put this guy. Still don't understand why they didn't put the red wire in here with the bundle. That's really weird. I'm gonna start by taping these guys together in a point like that there. We're just gonna if I have to, I'll use my blow gun and I'll blow this knot right down through there, see? If I can't do it with my breath. I got a big mouth, what can I say? How's that shroud come off? Maybe I can get rid of that. Let me move the tack. It's a tacky thing, isn't it? Always trying to figure out the right way. Oh, baby. Alright. I know I had a Phillips screwdriver here because I took those screws out with it. There it is. Maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe it does slide back. Maybe we're getting lucky here. Yes, okay. Okay, that works. That gives me something to help fish the wires down through. Gotta take the tape off on the tack so I can get that out of the way. That helps me fish it down the tube. Yeah, because it comes in and it goes right down the tube. Oh, this will be easy now. Now that I got this pointed right in to the chute. So there's your trick, guys. Take the shroud. No, that ain't gonna fit down in there. I gotta take this cover off. It's too thick, those connectors. They got ears on them that hold them into the new connector. But I don't see any reason now why I can't just shove the whole mess down. And there she goes. And when it gets to the end, Stupid thing. Oh, it's this bundle. Okay, got more tape up here I gotta get off. I thought it would stay on there, but alas. Alas, we have to take that off too. All right. One more time. Get that red in there, boy. Don't forget the red one. I don't want to break the ears. As I said, there's locking ears that hold these pins into the connector. And I need to get all the wires at one time. There we go. So now the trick is to put that header on that bundle of wires down there. Now I can reuse some of this stuff that we took off. I'll just tape it. I'm going to leave this out till we figure out what the colors that match on the other turn signal switch. So from the back, there's a thick green and white. And I'm going to ring these out. I'm going to get my meter. I'm going to get my test light. So we've got the old connector here, and it looks like kind of a mess. Oops. And we don't want wires to come out of it. So we're going to trace it out just wire by wire. And let's do the ones we know. Okay, so if we look at this connector, I'll look at the new one. I know I keep bumping you. We could reuse the old connector, but why? It's a piece of shit. And it's broken. Okay, see how it's got the slot here at the top for the key? Okay, so we know that the red goes in that top right corner. So we're going to start with that red. Right in that top back corner. Okay, let's see what else we know. We've got a big yellow. And the yellow goes right in the middle on the front of the connector. Right? So there's our red, and there's the yellow right in the center front. So we're going to see, this will help us figure out the other wires. Pop out his ear a little bit here, because they get pushed down in. I got to get a little sharp point here. Tip of our X-Acto knife blade. They got pressed back in there so tight they won't hold. I don't care if it's a dull one. Here we go. Are you bored yet? Isn't this fun? So what was that again? The yellow one. Okay, so we got to get his little prong flared out there a little bit so he can't slide back out. All right. And now, did I say he goes in the front center hole? Let me look at that again. Connector up this way, front center, big yellow. All right. So there's 2 in that we don't have to worry about. What else have we got? The red and the yellow. What else is obvious? Not much. I've got just a bright blue. And the bright blue is the one that bright blue one is the one that goes to the back of the switch. So you guys don't need to watch me figure this all out. I'm just going to trace these all out. Okay, so that's kind of a pale blue. And that's got to be that one right there. So that blue on this connector is in the bottom corner below the yellow. All right. Let's fix his prongs. He's good. See how we're doing this? All right. And let's see what else we got here. Let's trace backwards from the old connector. Let's trace the... It just looks like a real dark green. We got just a real dark, dungy looking green. Yeah, that guy. And where does he go? There's probably another full-size green one in there. So what I'm going to do, I got to strip these wires. I got to get a wire stripper. Okay. So what are we doing? We're doing that green one again now. Oh no, that green has a stripe on it. Does this have a stripe on it? Yes, it does. So that one with the green stripe is that one. Not this one. there. Yep. Okay, that's right. I think we got them all right, guys. That one was a little questionable, but by looking at all the rest of them and getting them done, we have to be right. Okay. Whole harness goes aside by the wayside. It was a mess. It was a good thing we changed it. It could possibly have been all of our problems. So now we got to go in reverse. We got to get this guy sucked down, but I got to get the shroud up first. I want to oil that socket for the turn signal just a little bit. I'm going to clean it out with a toothbrush. Then I'm going to put some of this Sil Glide. Maybe I just put it on the, I'm just going to put it on the shaft, I guess. I don't know if I'm supposed to lube these bumpy things, but I am. All right. I got paper towels right here. All right, I gotta get those screws back in the little shroud part here. I'm not going to mess with the steering column because I believe that's a sealed bearing. I got to get my button dooflaze in here. It's got to go that way. There's just a little bezel for that. I guess you can just push that by hand. I don't know. I can't see of any other way of pulling it out. Pull the wires down a little bit. And then we've got three screws that go in here, remember? Yep, yep. We'll start one at a time. We'll just work them in. We'll put the lever in this side. To help tip it up there. Notice how I back the screw up to find the thread, so I don't cut extra threads while I screw this in. That's how you do with anything that's already had a sheet metal screw in it. Snug them up nice. Now remember, we were going to clean the contacts on the wheel. I don't know exactly how to line this notch up. I'm guessing that's the top. That was down like that. Because when you put this on, you got to line that pin up. So it springs. So hopefully it'll stay in there until it pops into the groove that it needs to. Looks like it needs to be at about 830 in there somewhere. Okay, I'm going to go clean these contacts quick. You see these contacts right here. And then we'll be back. All right. So I've cleaned the contacts. I put a little bit of deoxit on them, which will help lubricate. Now I got the wheel just about as straight as it can get. Oops. Okay. There's a spring that goes in here. I get that put back together. That would suck. There we go. The big spring, I remember, goes under the So, time for the beast. We're going to put him on gentle though. We're not going to put him on full force here to start with. I think that's probably plenty tight enough. Okay. This guy goes in behind the horn button. I hope it caught the canceller. Let's see. I can't tell. There it goes. Yes, it did kick. All right. So this guy just gets trapped behind there. And oh shit. Oh well, I can put that on. I didn't put the tachometer band back on, but I can do that when I'm done. Well guys, shall we give it the ultimate test? I'm going to put some deoxit on those connector terminals to lubricate them a little bit. I'm going to put a paper towel behind it so I don't soak everything down. Alright. Just a little lube. Clean lube. Now I'm going to plug this together down here, but I really would like to run it up over the top. Maybe I will first.